besides like Mighty Morphin or something.
I really liked the Dino Charge. Yeah, that's the one with Coda, right?
Yeah.
I really like him. I was like, I want to be a caveman, fight and be a good person.
Yoshi's a good guy.
Yeah.
And what about you? Because I heard that Jackie said she liked RPM. I guess.
RPM was really. Oh, that was like.
That was
that's
my
really
favorite
good too.
as well. RPM, and I watched Dino Charge and Ninja Steel.
I think RPM was like the most like. I think the acting was really grounded and really real.
I love the look of it, how it was filmed. It was a little darker. The sets.
Like post-apocalyptic.
Yes.
That red tint. I dug it too. It was like Mad Max almost.
Yeah.
There's a Green Ranger show.
Really? That's insane.
It is insane.
For
Insane.
real?
If there was a Green Ranger showing up, what would you want that Green Ranger's animal to be?
Oh, what would I want? What should like if there was? If there was, let's think of the green animals out there. There's a frog.
There's a
What
frog.
to
frog,
choose?
right?
There's chameleons.
Yeah, there's chameleons.
Help me out
Yes.
here.
How to choose?
Please. He's my dad.
Alright, Devin, this is what you gotta do. You gotta follow the Illuminerdi on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and check out theilluminerdi.com for all Power Ranger news. That's how you'll defeat Ewok.
Hi, I'm Christina Ho. I play Betty on Beast Morphers.
Hi, I'm Abraham Rodriguez, aka AV Baby, aka Nate Silva, aka the Gold Ranger on Beast Morphers.
And follow Cosmic Patron. Hi, I'm Christina Ho. I play Betty on Beast Morphers.
Hi, I'm Abraham Rodriguez, aka AV Baby, aka Nate Silva, aka the Gold Ranger on Beast Morphers.
And you should follow Cosmic Protector.
Patreon!
Hi, I'm Christina Ho, and I play Betty on Beast Morphers.
Hi, I'm Abraham Rodriguez, aka AV Baby, aka the Gold Ranger. Oh, I already messed up my intro.
Hi, I'm Christina Ho, and I play Betty on Beast Morphers.
Hi, I'm Abraham Rodriguez, aka AV Baby, aka Nate Silva, aka the Gold Ranger on Beast Morphers.
And you should follow Cosmic Protectors on Patreon!
We're keeping up to date in the UK. I am joined by Jezer Reyes and the Toku Kid himself.
The Toku Kid.
We're gonna be talking about Power Rangers, Beast Morphers, episode. What is
12.
this? What episode?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm hearing my echo again, Jezer.
Why are you hearing echo? You shouldn't be. Someone's screen on? Let's see.
Negativity. I mean, I'm hearing it from one of your guys' feeds, just me. Toku Talk.
Yo, what's up?
See, I'm not hearing his echo, it's just
Hello.
my echo. I think we're solid now, guys, but thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday evening. As usually, we'd be coming to you live on a Saturday. We already see all of you avid Power Ranger fans in the chat. We suggest that you watch the episode, find it. You know, I don't want to promote and say, like, pirate it, but fuck it. Like, you know,
No,
fuck
I mean,
it. I'm not going to pay for Hasbro.
someone already put it on our page, so it's there. As long as you can watch it, it'll be there.
Yeah. So, Toku, it's been a while, man. How you been, buddy?
Doing good. Trying to stay busy during this time, getting my whole camera set up for things I can't film.
Yeah. But
There you go. This is we got a little bit of a mini episode today. We got Finders Keepers episode. What did you say again? 13, 14, 12? I don't know.
12. It's 12.
Episode 12. Man, I'm so far liking this season. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah. What'd you think of the last episode? You weren't here yesterday, but what'd you think about it?
I liked it. I mean, and this is really for Corey, who was like, "Oh, Space Sheriff Gavin's only going to be in one episode," and then I don't know why they just didn't make him anybody. And guess what? You're fucking wrong. So yeah, and I actually thought that episode was kind of touching. I actually think that was a cool way to do it. Something I didn't expect them to really do. I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought that it was gonna be a one and done. So I'm really happy they continued on using Space Sheriff Gavin, and I'm really happy that the episode was really focused on him and about his ability to kind of like cope with being what he became. I thought that was a really cool episode.
Although the look of the cyborg thing was kind of terrible.
Well, baby steps, man. Story first, all the rest comes later. I mean, yes, I agree, but like I think the story was really solid. It was really, it was put together very well, and everything so far that we've been seeing from this season has been building and building and building. I think that right now we're on a really good track. I think that like today, 4 episodes in a row, I thought we're solid. This one is probably the best of the bunch so far.
Yep. I mean, it started off really strong, and just even in past seasons, they've shown like spaceships and all that, right? The spaceship that they showed before freaking Zoey got it exploded, it looked solid. Like I was like, damn, that's a pretty good set piece that they put over there in New Zealand. I was like, I want to see more of that shit. But I thought that was fucking solid. And I thought it was pretty cool. And like leading up to this episode, they were laying down little Easter eggs or little things that help explain more and make it easier for them to do the crossover episode after this, which is perfect. Like, I mean, what is it? Toku said last episode, they said, oh, this, I found this bomb and this helped me destroy, what was it? Astra? What was the place?
They were saying Rayjax had like a bomb. He says I got it from Andrasia, which is Super Mega Force Silver's home planet that got destroyed.
Yeah, like there's so many little things, and then Scrozzle picking up the little reanimator, and they're putting all these little things in each episode, and we were wondering how they were gonna bring back Snide and all of them, and we found out now reanimating from weapons from the bounty hunter guy that was collecting weapons, and we saw Lord Zed's staff, and we saw Goldar's sword. So I mean, we are gonna get a Goldar. I don't know how they're gonna explain the different look, but I was talking to Toku earlier, and I was saying, are we also gonna get a Zed? Like, is this a Zed? Are we getting Zed? Like maybe a little cameo or something? What do you guys think?
Maybe.
I'm
thinking we're gonna get Zed. Maybe just from the staff alone. We could get surprised with it because we didn't even know the Sledge's crew is coming back either, except maybe for Sandra from a set pick a long time ago you mentioned, Jester.
I think...
Like, we didn't know any of these guys are coming back at all, so I think Zed could be a surprise return.
Dude, it's stacking up. Stacking up.
In the chat, one of the things was already addressed. Here we go, and I knew this was going to be one of the biggest questions of the episode. From Thea Games, also Thomas Franco's also talking about it. They ask, we don't know if Dino Charge Pink and Green were recast or not, and they weren't credited at all in the end credits. Thomas Franco also asks, I think they used ADR for Camille Hyde and Michael Tabor's respective characters. Now, I actually do have information on this because I just got it via text message. So it seems like, it does seem like Michael Tabor did come back to do his lines, and I think that that's probably going to persist in the next episode. It doesn't seem like Camille did though. So as of now, I can't. I mean, I'm not hearing it from Camille herself, but it doesn't seem like she reprised her role.
So you're
now,
saying Taper did?
Huh?
You saying the Green Ranger did?
I'm hearing that he did come back and that he has more lines in the next episode. But I'm also hearing that Camille did not reprise her role back.
Oh, exciting, man! That's pretty exciting. I mean. I'm surprised that they even reached out to him. I mean, it would have just been easier.
This is one of the things we've been talking about for the last year is who's coming back, who's not coming back. And now, and like we said, we know who's physically there. And even now, even knowing, and this is exactly what I was talking about. For all of you fuckheads that say that like, oh, Joe ruins everything, like they ruin everything. They ruin everything because they're spoiling everything. Hey, just because we let you guys know who's going to be on the episode, hey, you didn't have to click it. Number one, you did. But you didn't have to. But even if you did click it and you're like, you know what, I want to know a little bit about this, we didn't drop everything because, look, they're even still surprising us with things that are happening. We already told you guys that that certain characters were going to appear in more than one episode. And guess what? They are. But the cameos and this, like the little things that make this special aren't revealed yet. And I think those are some of the cooler things. See, we want to bring everybody into the product, but you know what I mean? We want to bring everybody back into the product, but we don't necessarily want to spoil every single thing.
Mike's too loud, then like take off one of your headphones, motherfucker. Jesus. Yeah, I mean even there's so much that happened in this 20 or so minute episode that is like, what the fuck? I mean, they brought in Keeper, something that Toku pointed out yesterday. He was like, oh, the next episode's called Finders Keepers. I bet you we're going to get Keeper. I was like, all right, cool. I mean, wouldn't be too hard to do. And we did get Keeper. We got E.T. back, which is pretty cool getting him back. But, I mean, what did he do? He didn't really do anything. He just kind of kept obeying whoever had said something, which is funny. It reminded me a lot of like Jim Carrey from Yes Man, when him and Zoey Deschanel are like at the Hollywood Bowl and they're like, stop, and he's like, okay, no, come on, all right. Like he just kept mindlessly obeying. I thought this episode was really solid, and they did so much with 20-minute episode, and I thought that was great, and I hope that they carry on with the crossover. And I saw earlier in the chat they said they might not show it tomorrow, but they'll show it Thursday. That might be.
Yeah, there's a thing with the UK airing schedule that they might possibly air one of the filler episodes tomorrow instead of the Grid Connection. Possibly.
Hopefully the filler episode doesn't give away anything from that. You know what I was hoping from this? Oh, another thing me and Toku were talking, I think it was a pretty dick move for the Dino Charge Rangers to be like, oh, we got our villains here in your world, but we gotta go back to our world and take care of some stuff, or we gotta do some shit. It was like, what are you talking about? Your villains are here. Your villains are here. Literally in your world, everything, you got peace. You got dinosaurs walking around, but you got fucking peace. But you guys are
I don't think they know that. They don't know that Sledge is back. They have no idea.
Oh no,
they did. They fought them.
They had all the villains. Every single one of the generals is alive.
They literally got their asses beat.
They saw they lived. They even let them teleport away.
So I thought, I was like, what the fuck? They just dipped out. And same with Keeper. Keeper's like, peace. And he just kind of disintegrated. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? There's shit going on.
Anyway, he said peace on his own team during the whole series.
Yeah.
I'm interested. But also another thing, too, is when they all appear together, why aren't... I mean, it doesn't make... I mean, I know why they're not there physically, but Shelby and what's his face, Tabor, they're not there. Like, are we supposed to we're supposed to imagine they just walk through the portal at some point when off screen?
I have no idea. I have no idea why they even bothered doing that. I mean, would it have been so bad if it was just the four of them and then we don't get the other two to the big crossover?
That was just, I think, just the length of footage, because the explosion happened. They went straight to the Japanese footage when they had that fight scene with the whole team.
Yeah.
You know, it's also interesting to note too that I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys paid attention to this, and I'm sure all you guys in the chat paid attention to it. But a lot of the dialogue from the Dino Charge team was mainly Brennan, even though they had James and Yoshi and Davi back there physically as well. So it makes you wonder who that spotlight's really going to be on come that team up. Obviously, it's going to be on Austin. But I wonder who's going to be carrying the Dino Charge.
I think it might be Brendan again. I really do. Just based off of the Sentai footage, I think it's going to be a very heavy Brennan episode. I think Jason will be there for a few episodes. But yeah, I think it might be Brennan. I thought that the scene from the Comic-Con trailer where Devin and Austin meet, I thought that was going to be at the end of this episode, but I was just watching the little timestamp. I was like, okay, they can't fit it in there. There's so many things I was waiting for, but you know, what's that, Toke?
I think that scene's gonna be at the end of the next episode, because that's such a weird scene. Like, it's the first time meeting him, and Devin looks so desperate. I feel like that's a mid to end of the episode kind of like tease. Like, need someone's extra help.
Well, the next episode is supposedly the crossover, so.
Yeah, but how do they probably have to explain why they need Jason, or maybe Jason senses a disturbance in the grid.
Maybe.
Well, like I said before, we have that theory from the Illuminerdi that says that we think that Jason is the head of Grid Battle Force, and that's the way he finds himself into this.
What if he's the person that's been collecting stuff for the vault?
I mean, he can be.
Yeah.
From like, it would be so cool. I mean, obviously, it's like a little impossible to kind of figure that out. But it would have been so cool if he was recovering things from the vault as the Red Omega Ranger.
That would have been cool. I highly.
I mean, obviously it didn't happen, mainly even if they would have alluded to that verbally, not necessarily showing us that.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. But I don't even think that they would have had, because this was shot 2 years ago. So I don't even know if the Omega Rangers at that point were even a thing. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think that would have been
I think that was like mid last year, I think.
Yeah. This has been, they probably have been sitting on this for a long time, and some of the actors that have been to New Zealand have been sitting on it for a long time. I remember the last time we had Brendan on the show, like a few appearances ago, because we've had him on the show so many times. Like he was playing super coy about it, like, and knowing now, like, it's like, mother, like you did all, like, it wasn't just like a little cameo. You were like super involved in these episodes. So it's just like, come on. It's crazy to think like 2 years ago that this is where we're at, and now we're finally get to see it come to fruition. It was amazing. It's great. Like this, we're not, like, we were talking about how the crossover is just one episode. I feel like it's not. I think it's a whole, like, arc. This whole thing was a whole arc. These from episode 9 up until now, it's a whole thing, and I think it's gonna be amazing.
Wait, was this shot 2 years ago or a year ago? It was no, I think it was 2 years ago.
No, because remember the footage they showed at Comic-Con last year.
Yeah. This was shot 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So they asked, because Jaden Groves asks, "What do you mean it was shot 2 years ago?" I mean, it was shot. They physically shot this show 2 years ago.
Yeah, because they
usually finish filming around like the airing of the first season.
Yeah, February. They finished filming February 2019, I think. Because that's when remember we had Abraham on the show, and they were just wrapping up the last few episodes. When we had him Skype in. That was I think, Abraham, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like April. Yeah.
God, such a long time ago.
It is crazy. What else is in chat? Obviously the OG MMPR cast. It can't be Catherine since she never held the Dino power coins. I mean,
whoever they want.
What about this from Jonathan? He says, "What if Austin is Nate's dad?"
Whoa.
I mean, Austin left his kid alone in a big.
Well, I mean, he would be saying like, when he was talking about his dad, it's like, oh, my dad's been away a lot, because he's a Power Ranger. He's Jason like, why would he be holding on to that shit? That's crazy.
I mean, what if he doesn't know that his dad was a Power Ranger? It's possible. I guess
he doesn't,
because you got to think.
He doesn't know his dad is a Power Ranger, but he knows random ET guy helped the Dino Charge Rangers.
I don't know, man.
They
like,
even mentioned this episode. They have Ranger history class.
Yeah, they have Ranger history class.
Ranger history class. How come they didn't fucking know who Keeper was when they put that stupid collar on?
Zoe said it's because he was turned around. He was turned around. He was
turned around. He still looks like a fucking alien.
He unrightfully. This is the second time they captured someone that they shouldn't have captured. First was the freaking Jakku, and now him. They need to really like step back and assess the situation first.
So their security, they're not police or anything. They're security. They take them first, then.
Yeah. Flash, Toku Kid, would you love it if they brought Zordon back? Yesterday's episode, you said they could bring him back. What would you think about that? How would they bring him back?
I think I still think they have a big surprise we don't see coming, and I feel like if they show Lord Zed's staff off with Goldars and they kept away, maybe we can get back Zordon as a big giant surprise.
Yeah. The dude, like everything was just did they pick up any other weapons? I know they picked up Sledge's gun.
They had Psycho Ranger cards in the chest that were just there. I think there's like a Zeo grunt hand just placed in the box. I'm not really sure what it was. Some people said Zeo.
Dang, that would be so cool. Flash says, well, you speculated that they might bring him since the episode was called Grid Connection. I mean, you did have a pretty good prediction for this title's episode, so it might be a possibility. But yeah, like I said, man, it's so much.
Look, I think that there is a lot. The one thing I'm loving about this too, because Josh and I watched it together today. The one thing I really like about this is that you can tell that they're doing something different than what the Japanese did, and I think that it's obviously it's its own story, and they're using a lot of American footage. I think that Chip Lynn and his team, and I don't want to give all the credit to Hasbro here. I want to sit here. I want to say the Saban team, the people that were part of that Saban team, you could really tell they're putting their all into this lead up to the team up. Because, and the one thing, even when the opening of last week's or yesterday's episode that you guys did, it was like, you know how long it's been since I've heard a previously on Beast Morphers. You know what I mean? Like, you could almost tell that they're guiding us to a longer form storyline, and I like that a lot.
This art from what was the episode with the Ranger Vault? From that episode up till now, it's all connected, and I think even whenever the crossover airs, either tomorrow or Thursday, I think that it's all connected. And I think that it's fucking amazing what they're doing with it. Hopefully, we're hoping it doesn't fall off. But like me and Toku were saying, Joe, remember when we were doing interviews with the cast, they kept saying that this second season, every time that they got the script for the episode, their jaws dropped. Like, oh shit, this is happening. So I think that from here on, we're gonna get decent episodes. Decent plots for the episodes, and I think they're not going to be just like one-offs here. But
just to clarify, too, Morphin Network, they didn't bring back the pink and green Dino Charge voice actors for the episode. From what I know, currently they brought back Michael Tabor, but Camille Hyde didn't reprise her role, from what I understand.
Yeah, doesn't she have like a CW show or something?
SAG actress, but that wouldn't have mattered then, I don't believe, because I don't think she was on that Riverdale spinoff then. But regardless, they weren't credited, which is very odd. If they would bring them back, that they wouldn't be credited. So it does. Though I did hear that, it seems like they did bring Tabor back for that, but they didn't. But it didn't seem like Camille was there.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody could, like, maybe it was an audio from a previous episode in Dino Charge. If someone wants to go through and watch the episodes and look for that little sliver of audio. Props to you.
Truth be told, too, I think Toku pointed this out. He said it almost sounded like they had a replacement voice actor in there. And truth be told, if it was a replacement voice actor, it was good enough where I wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah, I was surprised. When those two came out of the little portals. Like, all right, they're doing this. Here we go. And I think that's how.
When they spoke.
Yeah. Definitely, I think that that's gonna be the same situation with the MMPR Rangers. I think we're gonna get some surprise voices that we're not expecting. What do you think, Joe?
Honestly, that is probably that, and the Dino Thunder Rangers is what I'm looking forward to the most. Who did they bring back for ADR? If I had to guess, though, I think they brought back Kevin Duhani, who played Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they have a good shot at getting him back. From what I was also told through a Ranger that was going to be on the episode but ended up not appearing on the episode, they told him straight up that they are hiring a voice replacement actor for him. So who knows? Maybe some of these deals came around at the last minute. I would personally like to think, not saying I know this for a fact, but I would like to think that Hasbro really tried to push very hard to get everybody they could to come back, even if it was just for ADR, which I think would still be pretty cool.
I do too. I think. Well, do you think they do Twee, or do you think they do like Karen Ashley's character for Yellow? If they're
gonna do Karen Ashley.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, I hope it is tomorrow. For sure. Like, do you guys think that they got Goldar's voice?
No, I don't think.
Is that me cutting out, or is that you cutting out, Jezzer?
I don't know. Toku, am I cutting out?
No, you're clear, both of you.
I don't know.
Could be my then.
Yeah, I think.
Joe's just going crazy.
Yeah, you don't think that they got Goldar? I think that would be once.
I don't think so.
Dude, it
just feels strange, and I don't think they got it. I think they're upgraded his voice like they updated his suit.
Oh man, it would be so amazing if they did get it. Like, and then that first second that he says something, like that's him. That's Goldar. That'd be so amazing. That'd be so amazing. I mean, he's not really doing anything. He's doing some YouTube videos with a Goldart cosplayer, right? He could send in some ADR for some audio clips. So I mean, I'm sure he'd love to come back. That would be amazing. What else are they saying in the chat? Yeah, man, I'm super excited.
I think that all right. So let's talk about this a little bit because what's his name? What's the Ram villain? What's his name?
Rydor?
Ryjack?
What is it?
Ryjack.
Ryjack. I like the villain a lot. I'm so happy this villain has stuck around for the last 4 episodes.
He's
I
gone,
love
man.
Ryjack.
He's gone. He got obliterated. But you know,
I know he was.
They could.
Yeah, man. I'm happy that he was there though.
We have this animator. Right? They can bring back anyone they want.
They could, but would they want to bring back?
Or this is how they bring back old Blaze, like the Red Blaze. We have an army of them.
The Red Blaze.
With this, remember how they have the Red Ranger Blaze? Now we have the Gold Ranger Blaze. What if this is the way they bring back all the monster villains for a final fight?
Ooh, man, it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna do it. And then like the whole canyon fight. I'm looking forward to the canyon fight. I don't know why, but canyon fights are always just so exciting to me. It's because like, oh, you know, the city is not in peril. We could just go all out. Everything can just get blown up. We could just blow the fucking shit out of this canyon, you know, and no one's gonna care. It was fucking.
I'm thinking that like this season for what it is, it's very strong. I think this is exactly what I wanted this show to be.
Yeah.
We're seeing what I wanted this show to be right now.
But remember, we were talking about what if Beast Morphers did not have this to lean on? Would it still be a solid season or solid show?
It's a tough question, man. That's such a because you got to think the last 4 episodes have been building for that. So it's hard to say. But even just with the theme of the show, I think is pretty cool too. Like I just like the fact that it's not kids in high school that are going out and you know just doing the good thing, fighting the good fight. They actually, and like even in the last episode where you guys did with the Space Sheriff Gavin, like when they were like, listen, after you guys get done with this fight, like you should join us. And he's just like, there's moral issues that they have to figure out. I think it's a deeper show. I wish that the tone of the show now, I wish it was like that throughout the whole series.
Yeah. Like some little plot line that they added in here that I felt like they were trying to go a little bit further with, but they glossed over is the whole Zoey like jumping head first and not really taking precaution when investigating the ship, and like how disappointed her superior was with her. I think that was something that might play out even more in the next episode, because they're trying.
I think she has another episode coming up where it's her messing up more things.
Yeah. So
here's a quote. Here's a quote that I just got from Brennan Mejia. He says, and this is a quote: "Tomorrow is better."
No shit. Oh man, come on. Tomorrow's a better episode because you get more, just a little bit more. I think it's, but
honestly, even the one thing that I thought they did really well too in this episode is the balancing act between the two teams. I think obviously Brennan had the mass majority of the lines, but I feel like there's enough moments in there where it felt familiar. Like I felt like I was back with that Dino Charge team. And interestingly enough, the way that the Dino Charge team was written felt very season 1 Dino Charge, where I liked all the characters.
Yeah.
So it actually mattered to me.
Yeah, and the fight scene was dope. Like the fight scene was amazing, where it was just them. It was just super cool. Like, and it was nice that they found a way to like split them up. Oh, the Beast Morphers will take out the what do you call it? The big monster and their Megazord. And the Dino Charge Rangers will fight their former nemesis Sledge and his team. I thought that was like the perfect way to split them up, and you could do both and still have a solid episode and not feel like one was squandered. I thought it was amazing. This was a really good episode.
All right. He also.
Go ahead, Toke.
Go ahead, Toku.
Oh, I like how they handled the villain for Sledge coming back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was spot on. Like everything we liked about the character. Even when he revived, he screamed out, "It's a bomb!" Like, oh crap, I'm alive.
Oh yeah.
Had fun with that.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome that they brought that back.
Oh, look, it's JD Ferranda in the chat right now.
Lint 324. He's back. He's
Hey,
back.
do you think Jaden Groves is Jalen Glover in the chat, or no? You think they're different people? They're
Is
probably
it?
different
If
people.
it's a different person, man, you're making some conspiracy things going on here.
Brandon Mejia says, oh wait, oh, Brandon Mejia says that the episode will end a little early because there's a post-credit nod for the next season.
You lie.
You
You.
read the text right now.
I'm sure he wouldn't want you to read that. You're freaking Tom Hollanding us right now. What a lie. We could see the text in your glasses, man. We could see the reflection. I'm trying to read
That
it.
doesn't look like a text message. It looks like you're on a safari.
I see. Yeah, I see.
Huh?
That's not a text message. I see one blue bubble and then one long white one. That's just you.
Yeah.
Yes. So stay tuned for the reveal of Power Rangers Dino Fury. No, I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. But hey, fun news about Power Rangers Dino Fury though. Casting actually officially has resumed as of today.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people, from what I know right now, is that they are still doing like the initial phase of casting. So they're doing a lot of self tapes right now. However, there are a handful of people that they really like that they're doing Zoom interviews with.
Yeah. I got a Zoom interview tomorrow.
Currently right now, Power Rangers casting is still taking place. So Toku, I knew that perks up your ears a little bit. Get that self tape ready.
It's
but yeah.
And Saturday. So if they show the episode tomorrow or the next day, Saturday, please join us because we are going to be dissecting it completely. And it's not just going to be us. We have, who do we got, Joe? We got Morphin Network.
Ranger Command Power Hour will be joining us. Toku Chris is going to be back with us. Also, obviously, Toku Kid, you're returning back with us. You're a part of our team anyway, so it doesn't really count. Who else do we have coming on? Corey will be here. We also have Ranger Liz is possibly coming in.
Mm-hmm. Erlen. Yep, from...
Erlen will be here. Reaching out to a few other Ranger outlets. And actually, I'm reaching out to some of the Rangers that were on the episode.
Yeah.
So they're just seeing if they can clear up or if they can get the okay to come and do this. Because right now, they are very unclear as well. So we are going to have... just as they're doing a big team-up episode for Power Rangers, we are doing a big team-up. Also, we forgot to mention Morphin Network.
No, I said Morphin Network, yeah.
I
feel like there's one more. I can't remember. I didn't make it.
Yeah, I think there is one more. Who?
I can't remember right now. I'm pretty sure we got all of them, though. But, I mean, there's more.
Yeah.
Whoever we reach, we're going to reach out to more people within the Ranger community, your favorite Power Ranger channels. And we're just going to dissect the episode and kind of just celebrate this whole thing that we've been waiting for 2 years now. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think that this episode that we're going to be doing is going to be, obviously it's a big team-up episode. We'll all have to be able to talk about it. But I think it's also a great way for us to celebrate as a community. Since there is no Morphicon, we can bring you kind of like that feel of like what it would be to be a fly on the wall for all of us meeting and talking for the first time, like a big Power Ranger roundtable, if you will.
It's like a
team
Power
up of outlets.
A Power Morphicon panel just for you guys. That's amazing. It's amazing. And if we can get some of those contracts cleared with some of these actors, it would be even more fun. So Saturday.
Yeah, I'm legitimately currently working on this right now. Emails have been sent, and we're trying to just get it clear so we can have a big, a nice big show for you guys. I guarantee you one way or another, though, it's going to be a great show, and everybody's going to have a chance to kind of like really geek out about the fandom. Because honestly, in Jezer, Toku, both of you guys know this very well, is that sometimes it's very hard to be a Power Ranger fan. Not because we don't love it, but because either, we don't feel like we're getting the best story, something's going on in the fandom. Sometimes it gets very hard to be a Power Ranger fan. But right now, man, I'm very proud to be a Power Ranger fan. We're getting great content. The comics are great. You know what I mean? Like, I think that overall the brand is doing really well. So we'll see how this plays out. But I'm excited to talk to everybody about that episode.
I'm excited. So if you guys tune in on Saturday, I know we hit you with two 2 mini wrap-up episodes this week, but that was just because we wanted to dedicate the whole show on Saturday to this big crossover, and we didn't want to like squander these 2 episodes, these 2 great episodes. Like, man, we have just been blessed. We are blessed with get to talk about like great arcs within this series that's coming to an end. It's gonna be sad to see it go, but it's going out with a bang. It's going out with a bang.
And you know what? One thing I will say too, because it's super, it doesn't get talked about enough. The voice acting in these episodes have been spot on, amazing. The actual acting from the actors, great job. This might be one of the best cast that Power Rangers, acting-wise, has ever had.
Yep.
You know, the only real complaint I have with that, because I obviously got to take some good with the bad, is I personally like Ravi a lot, but I wish he had more airtime. I wish he had more character development. I feel like he's the most underutilized Ranger that they have. I wish there was a little bit more Ravi going around, but other than that, like I said, this cast has been lights out with their acting ability.
Yep, on screen and off screen, they're just great. They're just a great bunch of people. What's that?
What?
What did you say?
I thought
you cut out. But yeah, I mean I think that's a good place for us to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for showing up. Be sure to spread the word about Saturday. The whole Ranger community is gonna be there. Community is gonna be fun just to be able to. Some of these people I haven't even really talked to, so it's gonna be fun seeing everybody in one place. So Saturday is the big show. Hopefully,
Do you remember, Jeff? There was a time. It was a few years ago, but I don't even know if you were there. But it was when I had gotten a bunch of other Ranger influencers together, and we were like starting to do plans together. And
no, I came after. Where did I go? I went somewhere and I came back. It was after one of Scott's smaller shows. I think it may have been.
Right.
I think that Facebook group is still up too.
It is. But I tried organizing something like this before, but now I feel like we have the right team, the people that are enthusiastic about the franchise, people that, and who knows, maybe this might spark some really friendly debates about the franchise. I think this is going to be a really fun episode to be a part of.
Now that I'm thinking about it, there is one person that probably should be in the next stream that we totally glossed over. The man who put Power Morphicon together, or continued Power Morphicon. We haven't hit up Scott yet.
Yeah, we should hit up Scott to see if he wants to do the episode.
Yeah. But yeah, if there's anybody else that you guys want to see in our like Ranger Nation panel live stream episode, just let us know. Hit us in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Toku, thank you for.
That's a great title, Jezzer. Ranger Nation Unites.
I didn't even know I said it. Okay. Thank you, Toku, for spending time with us, and Joe, thank you so much for joining us today. You guys, thank you so much for spending your Tuesday with us. We'll see you guys Saturday, and remember, we are always watching.
Besides, like Mighty Morphin or something.
I really liked